I am still reeling after the unfortunate performance and very weird circumstances surrounding the Michel Pereira fight from this past weekend against Abus Magomedov. We have never seen Pereira that muzzled in the past, and we've never seen him attack the body as much as he was looking to do so against Magomedov, which really just made things feel a little sketchy. And I am the last person to ever scream fixed fight or, conspiracy theories or anything like that. It's just the MMA game. But something seemed really off about that fight, and that ultimately impacted our Locky two-step and Locky Trinity parlay here. Even though Onama did the damn thing and Gutierrez did the damn thing as well, unfortunately Pereira was unable to secure the victory, and it didn't matter at the end of the day at all. So we're going to try to get back on the horse here now. Again, been a very weird year all around, but got to stay the course. I mean, you guys come to your boy on a weekly basis for content like this, and I'm going to continue to drop it and hopefully put some cash and money in your pocket more often than not. All right. Without wasting too much more time, let's get right into the Locky two-step for this first UFC Des Moines card. We're going to go with Montel Jackson as he first step in the Locky two-step as he takes on Daniel Marcos. Now, I've been a big Marcos guy in the past. He's put together a stellar 17-0 record, but I think he's going to struggle here with the power and range of Jackson. Now, we might see Marcos actually be effective with his calf kick and maybe even look to wrestle, but I think we've seen enough improvements in Jackson's defensive wrestling as of late, and I think he can at least threaten with some submissions, maybe even the power that he possesses. But I ultimately believe it will be the latter, which leads to him getting his victory here. So you can get Jackson to win by knockout, which is not a bad prop, which I'll talk more about on Prop Drop later this evening. But in terms of this matchup here, as long as Jackson gets his hand raised straight up, and I think he will by landing his power and eventually finding that knockout, he'll cash as the first step in the Locky two-step. The second step is going to be Corey Sandhagen in the main event against Davison Figueiredo. Now, this line seems quite wide to a lot of people, but I believe this is a perfect stylistic matchup for Sandhagen to get his hand raised. I think from his output and volume to his pressure and his cardio, I think he can put together a better body of work over 25 minutes to end up getting his hand raised here. Figueiredo could hold some threat with the power that he holds, his nasty guillotine that he can implement, and even some good grappling and top control he might be able to get over the first 10 minutes. But I don't think that his style is worthy, especially in a 5-round matchup against Sandhagen here. I don't think it'll be effective after 2 rounds or even a round and a half, and that's where I really think Sandhagen will start to take over by pushing a pace and pressure that Figueiredo is not going to be able to keep up with, and that should lead to Sandhagen eventually getting his hand raised on the scorecards here. Even if he gets the finish later on in this matchup, we're parlaying him straight up here, and hopefully he can cash for us and help us cash this Locky two-step. Now, earlier in the week when I dropped it to the Patreon folks, where they're often able to get a much better line than later on in the week, they're able to get minus 123. Tremendous line there, especially considering how good I feel about both these guys. And now, obviously, Jackson taking a little bit of steam, as well as Sandhagen. Now the line currently sits at minus 143. So, again, the slight benefit of jumping on the Patreon page earlier in the week so you can get these Locky two-steps and Locky Trinities. The Locky Trinity, if you want to look to complete that here, we're going to turn our attention to former UFC bantamweight champion Miesha Tate as she takes on Yana Santos in a matchup between veterans here. But I have to lean with the wrestling, grappling, and control game of Tate, especially with the lack of threat coming back from Yana Santos, especially in the striking realm, where Santos might have a little bit of a technical advantage there. But given the lack of threat she provides and lack of punching power, I think we'll see Tate walk through that, eventually get to her wrestling and her grappling game, and that will allow her to grind this fight out and hopefully cash our Locky Trinity. I was able to lock this bad boy in earlier this week at plus 214. As of Friday of fight week, you are now looking at plus 198. So there you guys go. Again, hopefully this is the second last segment that I have to do minus video. Still setting up my studio here, and I don't think I'll have the decorative pieces of it set up for you guys by next week, but I want to get back on camera. I want to up the quality of this again, and even if it means it's a half decorated studio for you guys. I still want to get it up for you guys. So hopefully by Sunday, I should be able to have the webcam ready to go and video content back on display for you guys. All right. Appreciate the love and support. Drop a comment. Let me know what you think about the Locky Trinity and Locky Two-Step. Otherwise, I will see you guys again later this evening for the UFC Des Moines prop drop. See you guys then. Peace.